can't wait. Oh, shit. Here we go. Can you guys wait? Can you? I can't wait. I literally can't wait, y'all.
I don't want to wait.
I can't wait. I can't wait. The draft is this week, y'all. Oh my God. Shout out to Ron Oliver with the draft day mix.
The pick is in.
The pick is in. The pick is in. I love this. This is old school, man.
The pick is in.
Gotta love it.
How about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys? What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally, and I mean literally, does not work. I hope everybody's having a great weekend. This is it, y'all. This is it. Tomorrow, I'll be headed back home. My man Game Time Brian will be coming over to my house in the middle of the street, and we'll be leaving out Wednesday morning with David Wiley. We'll be picking up Primetime Phil. Man, why they got to be both times? That's why I get so damn confused. You know, y'all keep messing with me. Game time, prime time, I don't know, anytime, okay? What? I just get
one of those times.
I just get messed up real easy. Y'all know how it is.
It's one of those times, Mark. It's just one of those times.
What's up, good people? Shout out to everybody who's taking the time out to be in here with the Jobu Sports Report as we get ready for the NFL draft. Thomas Garrett's coming in twice. Okay. All right.
Hey,
so how are we doing today? And let me pull you out a little bit.
Doing good.
Keep it going. Let's get that draft going.
Let's going. Wait a minute. It hasn't started yet. How are we keeping it going?
Oh, okay.
You're a little early. You're a little early here.
Let's keep the good drafts going. How's that?
Let's definitely do that. So, how are we feeling right about now? We've got all kinds of news with the Dallas Cowboys. Shout out to all the people in the place. I see the shit starter, Twiz Digga's in the house. Lady Libra's in the house. I've got Linda in the house. Shout out to Linda and Karen. Karen in the house. What's up to all the ladies? We've got Dak the choker. Okay. Dak is holding the Cowboys back. You know what?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, real hate, man, that's like an art form, man. You know, it's like you like a born hater, you know, like myself, man. You know, a lot of cats think they hate me, man. I mean,
born
I'm mad at everything, man. You know, brother got a nice car, man. Why you got
Wait
a
a
car,
minute,
man?
wait
I
a
only
minute.
got one car. Why you got
How the heck are we beating them
that's played
with
out,
Trey
man. I hate on
Lance,
it.
Cooper Rush,
Okay.
and Gardner Minshew?
Wait a minute. What?
Really?
Wait a minute.
What
Gardner
planet
Minshew?
is
Who's
he
putting
on?
Gardner Minshew in here? What the hell are you talking about?
That's what Dak the Choker said.
Oh, he's an idiot. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? Real hating is an art form, okay? There's all kinds of idiots out there, okay? So before we get on to the draft talk, I'm curious how you guys feel about Dak Prescott's comments. I dare say, in my mind, I looked at it as, isn't that kind of what Cam Newton was saying? That, you know, Dak Prescott needs to be a bit of a mother-humping dog? You know what I'm saying? Isn't that what he kind of said? That Dak needs to be a bit of a dog and saying, you know, this is my shit, so to speak?
Well, he said he wants to stay with Dallas. I mean, what more do you want?
He also said
Come on,
that whatever
Dallas.
comes is whatever comes. So it's like, you know, he's just basically ready for any scenario that comes his way.
Yeah, he is. I
Well,
mean, he's playing it smart. That's
You
a
know,
pretty good
to
comment.
me, I think it's almost like a lot of these Dak Prescott haters out there, they seem to figure that if Dak Prescott doesn't have a job with the Cowboys, that he's going to be unemployed, and they just want to see him lose everything. Oh, he's going to be broke. He's going to be out of the league. No, that's not going to be the case. You know, it's funny to me because I think about Matthew Stafford, how I don't know that anybody said that Matthew Stafford was a choker or anything. Did they when they was with the Lions? You know,
No,
nobody
'cause he
looked
was
and
putting
said
up
he's a
pretty
bum or
similar
anything, right?
He's
numbers.
pretty solid numbers. He was just getting injured too much.
Right.
He's been putting he was putting up pretty similar numbers to Dak.
And never made he made the playoffs one time before
Yeah.
going to the Rams. Now I dare say that when he went to the Rams, that he went to a loaded team, didn't he? Didn't he have a team and a great coach that really tried to put things together?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
did.
he couldn't win a playoff game when he was at the Lions, and he was considered a franchise quarterback.
And he even had Chad or God, who was that?
Megatron.
Chad.
And Golden Tate, both of those guys were Pro Bowlers.
Yeah.
And he also had studs like Ndamukong Suh.
Mhm.
You know, they
Yeah,
had
he did.
actually
Had Sue,
three
Zay,
people
and
all pro
Maroon.
on their defense the year we played them in the playoffs. I'm just saying. And had a Hall of Fame wide receiver. But then again, what do I know? I'm a guy who, you know, sometimes is in his mama's basement, so to speak, as
Yeah,
they say.
Megatron. God, I can't think of his
Yeah,
actual
Hall of
name.
Famer. Definitely. So, you know,
think his last name
I've kind of pissed off Philly 500 a little bit because I woke up this morning and, you know, I don't know if it was because it's Sunday and I got the gospel in me or something, but I said, you know what? I am not going to worry anymore about what we're not doing because I have seen us do the same damn thing every year, right? I see the
Johnson
Eagles
choice.
every year
Calvin
going
Johnson, yes.
deep on free agents and Philly 500 all off season, telling me how great they are and this move and the Cowboys stink and everything. And somehow, I don't know how, they lost 6 of the last 7 games, including to the Cowboys. And a lot of the moves they made kind of blew up on them. So I kind of did a video this morning and talked about it a little bit and said, hey, you know, all that shines isn't gold. All that glitters isn't gold, right? And just relax. We'll see how it works out. And Philly took offense to this. He's like, "Oh, I'm going to hit you back, man. You know, you took that video out of context about Jordan Davis. He's shown flashes of greatness." You mean in between being laid out on the field because he's tired?
You know what they say?
What's that?
Everything that look good on the outside is not good on the inside.
No, that's true on that one.
True.
Because there's a lot of fine women out there that look good on the outside, but they ugly as shit on the inside.
Oh yeah. It's
So-
like you see a good looking woman until they start talking, and it's like, run for your life.
There you go. All right,
Like, I'm
so
gonna get you, sucker.
yeah.
Everything about them's fake, and they fall apart, and they just.
Ooh, or don't get too close to the radiator; it all melts.
Yeah.
Or worse yet, look, I am so happy. I have my beautiful bride of 20 years and everything else. I'd be scared to death to date right now because you don't know what you getting anymore between the padded bras and the
don't
padded
think I
panties.
wanna
You know, the fake eyelashes and the extensions and
I
stuff.
don't want to.
You might.
Yeah, I've been married to mine for 15. Yeah,
Yeah.
another.
You might end up getting her home and find out she's a banshee.
Exactly.
What happened? Okay, anyway.
Come June, it'll be 32 for me.
Oh, my goodness, 32. Would you get married at 5?
That's awesome.
I got married when I was 22.
Oh, damn. You're older than I thought you were. Okay. There's Game Time, Brian. What's up, Game Time?
54.
I know he's getting ready. When I get done here, I got to finish checking all my equipment and getting my mics together and all that stuff to be taking the system on the road so we can broadcast live from Detroit.
He's checking his
So,
equipment.
how is
Checking it
everybody?
twice.
Has everybody got their final mock drafts together and figured out what the Cowboys are going to do? Are the Cowboys going to trade back, trade up, stay pat?
I think.
What are they
they're gonna
going to do,
trade
people?
back.
Give me your best.
I just don't want to get my hopes up real high. I'm just gonna wait and see what happens. I don't want
I
to
think they trade
start
back.
spec because then you start doing that, you get disappointed.
I mean, I got to thinking about 20 years ago when they traded out of the first round to get. They traded with Buffalo 20 years ago to get Buffalo's first round pick in next year's draft and Buffalo's second round pick in that draft for our pick that we had in 2004. And
Which was
that's
26?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think it was 26. we had at that one
Okay.
on that trade.
That one I can't remember.
Yeah,
We'll have to
that
take a
was
look
back in
at it.
2004. We got trade offer from Buffalo for our pick in the first round for their first rounder in next year. And
Yeah, we were pretty high, and there was a guy they wanted on the board.
Yeah, the
Dak
next
the
draft,
Choker.
we
We'll
got
see.
two
We'll see what we got because
Sure.
here's what I'm gonna say real quick about Mozzie since we got Dak the Choker here. I love how people are afraid to put their actual names and stuff that they hide behind the stuff. They come after me and I'm here. And things like that. I don't hide. Win, lose, or draw. I'm here. And I see we got Dak delusional fans. We got all these people that just hate Dak Prescott and stuff. But I'm going to say Mozzie Smith, I actually feel pretty good about because I'm going to say I think part of the reason is because instead, the change from college to pros is a major step. Okay? The speed is totally different. So they took Mozzie, who his whole job was, I am 1 foot away from the center's head. And my job is to hold this spot. I'm going to get hit by the guard, the other guard, the fullback, and the center. I'm going to get double teamed. I got one job, and that is this is my spot. There are many like him, but this one is mine. And when you took him and said, you got to lose, and you lose 40 pounds, and you're trying to make him a pass rusher, guy had 1 sack his senior year. He's not a pass rusher. He's got one thing he can do. Now, allowing him to put the weight back on, and he's going to be, look, you're going to do that one thing. You're going to be a load in the middle, and that's all we want to do. And I think he will get back to what he knows. His eyes won't be quite as wide open because he's had a year under his belt. And it is a different philosophy that fits his style. You watch. People, he's a bust. Now, and it's funny to me because I sit here and see Jordan Davis, who's good for about 4 or 5 plays, and then he gets tired and he checks out. When he chased Josh Allen, that was a great play, but then he laid his fat ass on the field for about 3 minutes, sucking wind. So, this is the 3rd year for Jordan Davis. I'd say that this is a critical year for him after what they gave up to get him. So keep talking about my guy. Keep talking. Keep talking. Keep talking.
Yeah, it's make or break for him. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
All right. So back to the draft. You guys are just going to kick back, wait, and see. My man Brian Green says he's going to bring plenty of lollipops because, of course, we're going to have some people that will be pissed off. And
throw him at the stage.
And I believe
I'll be watching the mock drafts throughout the week, but I still think that the top pick that's on everybody's board for when the Cowboys pick is going to be Jackson Powers Johnson.
Yeah, that seems to be the consensus that they're going to go for center. That here's the thing the Cowboys always like to do.
But you know why we'll get screwed? Go ahead.
Why? Because
somebody
else will pick him
right before we do.
Well, the Eagles are right in front of us. You know what they love to do is they love to screw us, and they'll sign them just for that reason. I guarantee you.
Well, that's possible.
They're going to another center this year as well, aren't they?
But they'll sign him just to piss us off.
Yeah.
Like they did the Dallas Goedert thing.
Oh yeah, that was like what, the 4th round?
Yeah.
Was that the 4th round they got him in?
Yeah, I think so. Serves it correctly. I think that's how it happened. We were going to take them, and the Eagles just traded up.
Miss Lola, what's up, girl? I wouldn't be surprised. And now that you mentioned it, David Wiley, what's up, David? We got to talk about. Whoop, there we go for the super chat. Shout out to David Wiley for the super chat. We got to talk about what time we gonna get you because we got to be on the road early. It might be advantageous for me to come pick your ass up Tuesday night, so we can just throw your ass in the car and we just hit the road. Seriously, it's about a 9-hour drive, okay, to get there. And we need to be at the Detroit airport at 4:30 to pick up prime time, and then we want to check into our hotel, and of course live stream and everything else. So David, we got to get together, bro. Shout out to David Wiley.
Shoot, he better by spending the night before y'all.
That's what I was
leave.
saying. That I might go over to his house, pick him up, because then that way I can go the other direction. I don't want to go around the Beltway that way, because the traffic and everything else, and it's a little longer. It's 529 miles from my house. Oh my God, Dak the choker. Cooper Rush is far better than Dak Prescott. Okay, cocaine is.
Cocaine is a hell.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Okay, that's a person who's just looking for attention.
New York today.
Okay, so we see we've got the attention seekers in the house. All right, so real deal now. Real deal. I still believe the Cowboys will be a 10-win team next year.
I'm going to
Minimum.
go 11 or 12.
I said minimum. I mean, they got a tough schedule, at least as it looks right now. I still believe that some of the players that we've lost are replaceable.
At San Francisco. So that's going to be a loss no matter what. We have to play.
We're playing Baltimore and Dallas.
Are we playing Baltimore here in Dallas?
Yeah.
Or there in Dallas?
We got
Oh,
Houston.
good.
That's still going to be a tough game, though. I mean, our defense.
Yeah, that Baltimore game could be a good one. I still think Dallas could pull that one out.
Mm-hmm.
Dallas could pull that Baltimore game out. But San Francisco, no, I don't think they're going to get past San Francisco. Who are we playing this year? The AFC South?
That game against San Francisco.
We're playing the NFC South this year, the NFC South and the AFC North.
Let me pull it up.
Yeah. Let's see.
Okay, our opponent's on 24.
And
All right, now of course we got the first place schedule.
Yeah, we'll have that first place schedule, obviously.
We got the Giants, Washington, Eagles, Lions, Bengals, Ravens, Texans, Saints, and Buccaneers at home. Then on the road, we got the Giants, Commanders, Eagles, Falcons, Panthers, Browns, 49ers, Steelers on the road.
The only one that really I see is an actual loss is going to be definitely against San Francisco. All the others are going to be really, really competitive.
Here's the thing.
Lions will be a tough one for us.
The Lions, but at least it's at home.
To our place.
Yeah, well, it'll still be tough because
they're coming to our place again. So we may see a repeat.
It's still gonna be tough because Detroit, they're a very pesky team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think we'll split with the left hand up this year. I think left hand up will beat us at least one time.
I'm not gonna go that far. No,
I'm not
sorry.
We're gonna split Philly. There's no doubt there. We'll split Philly.
At least
with the Giants and the Redskins.
Browns could be a tricky game.
That could be because that's at Cleveland.
Yeah.
It also depends on what time of year it'll be too. You don't want to necessarily play them late in the season.
No, you don't.
Trying to figure out what cold weather games will we have besides
Pittsburgh,
our division ones.
Cleveland.
And I know one's going to be in Washington.
Pittsburgh, we could be playing in a cold weather game.
Yeah, but that's not as bad as like New England cold.
Yeah.
With global warming,
Cleveland,
it's not quite that bad.
Maybe.
That's really about it. I mean, the Giants, of course, potentially, but actually, Washington. Usually, we play Washington the last 2 years, the last game of the season, and they like to play division games the last 2 weeks of the season. So you may not have the really bad cold weather games. San Francisco, of course, will be the nightmare. I mean, you got Tampa Bay, which will be at home.
Tampa, they should beat.
New Orleans at home. Do you don't want to play in the down in New Orleans? That's a tough place to play. The Lions you have at home.
Want to play in the dome.
So San Francisco and San Fran, of course, is bad. It can be bad, and Baltimore, of course, could be, of course, in Baltimore. Maybe I'll think about going to that game. Get some crab cakes. Because that's around the corner.
Pittsburgh game could also give us some trouble.
No, the Baltimore game is in Dallas.
Oh, no, you're right. That's in Dallas. Shit.
In Dallas.
So,
it's at Dallas.
Cincinnati's in Cincinnati. So
nope, Cincinnati's at home.
Oh, no, that is. So wait, what is
Don't
the
they
worst?
announce after the
You're
draft
right.
when we start playing these teams?
We play.
Yes, they will after the draft. I think it's
Okay, so
like
no, the Cleveland game is in Cleveland.
yeah, Cleveland is. So you got the Cleveland one and San Francisco are on the road. Those two.
Atlanta is.
I'm not worried about Atlanta.
At Carolina, at Cleveland, obviously at our 3 division players. At
you have the Texans at home.
San Francisco. Yeah, Texans at home. New Orleans is at home. Tampa Bay is at home.
That's actually not a bad schedule for the road. So
no.
Okay, so I still think that the Cowboys, because as much as people, you would think the way people talk about the Cowboys that we would have been 5-11 or 5-12 the last couple of years. It's crazy that we haven't done anything in free agency in 4 years, and we've been 12-5 the last couple of years. So people can say we suck and all that all they want, but they have to some degree been making some good moves out there.
To look at the schedule, I think we could put another 12-5 together. 8-9,
8-9. You should be worried about Atlanta. Dak Choker sounds like he belongs in the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Okay, you said you're not worried about Atlanta. You must not watch anyone outside of that. No, I mean, listen, Atlanta. Okay, as opposed to, okay, let me rephrase it. You worry about playing everybody because anybody can beat you. But I don't look and say San Francisco and Atlanta are right here together. I don't worry about Atlanta the same way I do San Francisco. Okay? Sorry, I just don't. Just don't.
Sound like a Falcon fan.
Yeah, for real. Stacy Schubert, what's up, Stacy? How are you doing? Welcome to the chat. But we'll see. It's all cycles. The Cowboys lose in the playoffs. The Cowboys suck. They're the worst organization in the world. They go through free agency, and of course they stink. They don't spend any money. The Joneses don't care about winning football. And by the end of training camp, they're Super Bowl favorite. Right or wrong?
That's that it works like that every year.
And then they're going to say you're a choker. But I don't know how you can be a choker if you say we suck right now. We suck. We're not doing anything to get better. Everybody else is getting better, and then you're a disappointment. How is that? Vikings do have 2 first-round picks.
See the schedule. I think we could win 13 possibly this year.
It just depends on how other teams look. I mean, I can see Houston's going to improve. I can see
maybe, but you could have the sophomore slump. Remember, half the teams that make the playoffs one year don't make them the next. The Eagles were in the Super Bowl, and everybody had them as a Super Bowl favorite, and what happened?
They ended up the final seed in the NFC.
Well,
remember,
worry about
New York was in the playoffs the year before, and what happened to the Giants?
That running back they just picked up, if he gets hurt or not, Barkley, Saquon Barkley, if he's healthy, he's good. But if he gets hurt.
But here's the thing about Barkley, though. Barkley usually is feasting early on in the season, but by the end of the year, he sucks when he makes it through.
But if they could keep him up with the line, they got a good line, so I think he'll be better fit over there than the Giants. But even then, it's like he got glass legs, though, so one good hit, and he just breaks.
Shatters, yeah. To be honest with you, I think looking at Philadelphia, they've got a new center and a new guard coming in.
Yeah.
That line is not going to be the same as it was.
Well,
we'll have a new center and a new guard too. So,
but here's the thing you think about though. Okay, last year's offensive line was better than the year before, but remember how bad it was the year before. We ended up having Jason Peters playing part of the time. Tyler ended up playing left tackle as a rookie. We ended up losing Terrence Steele. Our offensive line was constantly in flux and things like that, and we're still 12-5. Now, I look and say that you got 2 studs, your 2 guards, definitely, and I think Terrence Steele can rebound. Tyron Smith has only averaged 7.5 games a season over the last 4 years. So, yes, he had a good season last year, but you had to put him in bubble wrap every week for practice to keep him on the field.
Didn't they bring in Leon Lett to help coach the defensive line this year too?
No, he's not there anymore.
He's not there anymore. He used to be there.
They brought in one of our former defensive linemen.
You're talking about starts with a G. Last name starts with a G. What's his name? He was on the Super Bowl team.
Yeah, that's who I was thinking of.
Jalen Hurts is better than Dak Prescott, and Hurts is a bum. Two bums. Okay, Daz.
We had Charles Haley, Leon Lett, Jim Jeffcoat. Who was on that other side?
Starts with a G. We'll get
I
it
know
here in
what
a
you're
second.
talking about.
Who?
He played college in North Carolina. Defensive end.
Giants. Why everybody only talks about Eagles
Not
and
Glover,
Giants?
no,
I mean, Eagles and Cowboys. Giants are on the rise. Wow. Okay. Did y'all see Daniel Jones's eyes at the press conference the other day? Did he look cray or what? Okay, I'm just
Greg Ellis. That's
Greg Ellis. Yes.
Yep.
Greg Ellis.
Oh yeah, the guy that we drafted instead of drafting Randy Moss in that draft in '98.
Yeah, we passed on Randy Moss.
I have often said if we'd have drafted Randy that year,
Did somebody say it 3 times in a row?
Oh no! I didn't. I only said it once, Mark.
Oh Lordy.
We'll turn the show over now to him.
No, we're not going to turn it over.
I got a theme song for you, Leo. Hold on.
That's 2. Wait a minute. He's already here. So it doesn't matter.
We're ready? Oh, wow.
First and foremost, I just want to say Merry Christmas to everyone. Merry Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Glad to see you all. You know,
I thought it was Cashmish.
No, Kush. Merry Christmas. Well, day after.
Hey, Francis.
You know
hey, man, how you doing?
Okay. How you doing?
Fine, man, just fine. Hey, dig it. We 2-timers, man. We gonna get out of here, boy. I'm gonna see you in the hospital. We gonna get a high. Yes, sir.
Welcome, Leo. But that needs to be your theme song, man.
Hey, you know what? I'll take it. You know,
we gonna get
I want to hear what Loyal has for him.
Hold on.
Yeah, I want
to hear what Loyal.
When somebody pull up in that car, I mean, I ain't talking about me. I'm talking about another joker. Hey, look, I'm only in town for an eye.
Did y'all hear that?
I could. It was kind of distorted a little bit. Dirty Sanchez, what's going on? Dak gets 4 years at $220 million in August. What's up? Ascot's going to be the first round exit again. Love all these comments. Man, we got so many people that are hating on the Cowboys. You know, I realize that the Cowboys literally run the NFL. What would it be like if there were no Dallas Cowboys to talk about?
Oh, gosh. I don't know if we
Stephen A.
do.
Smith wouldn't have a job.
Football. There'd be football to talk about, like real football.
Stephen A. Smith, he wouldn't have a job if there wasn't nothing to talk about.
You know what's funny, Leo? I was going back through some of Philly 500's, videos from the draft and things. And it's constantly, no matter what happens, when they got Jordan Davis, oh my God, we got Jordan Davis. Oh, he's a beast. Take that, Mark Holmes. Cowboys are. It's like, why are we always on your mind? Why are we always on your mind? Everything you do, every aspect you do in your life, all revolves around the Dallas Cowboys, bro. Why is that? You can't do it. If something good happens, you say, see, look at that, we're better than the Cowboys. You are constantly comparing yourself to the Dallas Cowboys. I'm just asking for a friend.
Okay. I think that's if you're telling me you're the status and then
I'm just saying that we're always on your mind.
I don't think so. I know you like to think that, but I don't think so. I mean,
so Leo, let me ask you this, man.
Absolutely,
bro. What's your football team?
What's my football team?
What's your football team?
The Philadelphia Eagles.
And you're a channel member, and on a what team's live stream?
Oh, you talking about the Mark Holmes Dallas Cowboys live stream?
Oh, okay. I'm just asking because I'm not a channel member on any. As much as I love my son, Philly 500, I'm not a channel member. I'm just saying. It just seems like you guys revolve around the Cowboys, whether it's Cowboys misery or upping the Cowboys and things like that.
Well,
he's just asking for.
Actually, yours is not the only channel that I'm a member of from the rival NFC East team.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Yeah. He's three-timing the Eagles.
Yeah. Oh no. Listen, I'm one of those people. I love, like, I remember going into the DFAC, and at one table you'll have Fox News, at the other table you'll have CNN, at the other table you'll have MSNBC, at the other table you'll have, like, I remember, you might have sports. So I'm accustomed. I appreciate getting every different aspect.
Brian.
You know what I'm saying? I love it. And it's actually helped me. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. I listen to all y'all.
Well, I appreciate it. Believe me, I'm more than happy to take your membership money.
Yeah,
I love that you got and I recognize it because the number one city I have of viewers is Dallas, Texas. The number two is Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
I'm not surprised. Yeah. I told you, man. I love listening to you talk. You know what I'm saying? Because I yell back at you. You know what I'm saying? I yell back at everybody. You know what I'm saying? So that's all it is for me. It's fun. I think this is awesome, and I'm also, again, very appreciative of you guys even allowing me in this space. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're not haters like
this is uncharted territory.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly. I don't think we.
After that, the Cowboys, whatever.
But the interesting thing is just that listening to you guys, you make me so appreciative of my team. Like, I can't even begin to empathize with a lot of the things that you guys are going through currently. You see what I'm saying?
But you know what's funny though, Leo, here's what's funny to me is people have selective memory. See, right now, your team is riding high. We've got all these great pieces and, Howie Vision and everything else. But see, I remember what you guys went through that last 7 weeks of the season.
Why would they run that play?
Oh, this is what I need.
Stand the play calling.
This is what I need.
Whipped in there, yes, killing them.
Yes.
Yeah, Leo. Yesterday was your day, wasn't it? 420.
God,
yeah, that's why I said Merry Christmas, everybody. Well, day after. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
One thing about the, we're not the only fan base who thinks everything we do, turns to gold. Right now,
shout out to Johnny Duncan.
Yeah, keep the enemies close, Mark. Yeah, that's how it is, Johnny. But the Cowboy fans, listen, it's well versed. I know people don't want to hear it, but we have such a history of winning that this is killing the people who lived through the winning. And now it's a long way, but still it's a good history. But we're not the only delusional fans because, Eagle fans, they got a taste of winning. And now you know what it is to get to the mountaintop and you want it again. And you want it again, but it's not easy. And when you do things like,
Thank you, Johnny.
It's, like when you don't re-sign your quarterback, right? And you let everybody in your organization go on a final year of their deal, one of two things is going to happen. Either you're going to come up roses, smelling like roses, or you're going to shit the bed, basically. And it's to be determined what the Cowboys are going to be. But we're not the only team who thinks everything we do, but we've just had it as a fan base. That doesn't mean we don't love our team. We just had it with how things are operated. We're going into a draft, Leo, where everybody in the NFL knows what our draft needs are. Why? Because our GM put us in a position to be predictable, to allow teams to jump ahead of us because they know that we need a running back.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
And Brian, this is why I mess with y'all.
It happens to every team. It's gonna happen to Harry Roseman.
Wait a minute.
Just sit back.
Let me say this to you guys. Let me say this to you guys because this has historically been my thing when it comes to engaging with Dallas Cowboys fans. There are Dallas Cowboys fans and there are Cowboys fans, and there's a difference. You know what I'm saying? Dallas Cowboy fans all of you guys, I look at you guys as Dallas Cowboys fans. You understand what I'm saying? You're in it for the whole thing. You're looking at the whole picture. It's not just who's running out there on Sunday. You know who your defensive coordinator is. You know who your offensive coordinator is. Okay. You know who your people in your front office. You know your you know everything. You know what I'm saying? But then you got those people who can't even tell you who the backup quarterback is. Those are Cowboys fans. And they're the ones that's annoying.
Super rush.
You know what I'm saying? Those are the ones that can't.
I know what Leo means.
You can't have a actual conversation with them.
Mark knows
You're
what
saying
he means too.
other words, fair weather fans.
Mark knows
fans, yes.
And
we go to the games to be seen.
Well, Mark knows what
I got my
too.
Cowboys gear.
And the thing is that you try to have at least somewhat of a logical conversation with them, and they can't even tell you who their starting cornerbacks are.
Well, like I was getting ready to say, Mark understands.
Sean.
Because when he went to the Hall of Fame
God.
a few years ago, just tell him the story real quick.
That was the most the saddest thing in my life, okay? Because, Leo, everybody always would say, especially before you guys won a Super Bowl, we'd always say, we got 5 rings. We got 5 rings, right? Now, for me, I witnessed seeing all of those 5 rings, okay?
Right.
To be fortunate enough to go to the Pro Football Hall of Fame and see Drew Pearson inducted.
Oh, yeah, dog, you did that a couple of years ago.
Yeah, to see him inducted, to interview him, interview literally Jimmy Johnson and all that, right? I'm at the after party. I'm at the after party where it is literally they're roasting Drew Pearson. You got Bob Lilly, you got Rayfield Wright, you've got Tony Dorsett, you've got Roger Staubach, Charles Haley's there, Michael Irvin's there. Hell, even Joe Theismann. Okay? He changed it to Theismann, but it's Joe Theismann because Joe Theismann was the quarterback for Drew Pearson.
Washington.
No, in high school. The first touchdown pass that Drew Pearson caught was from Joe Theismann in high school. And that, of course, Drew Pearson, I learned things like Drew Pearson, who was undrafted, literally stalked Roger Staubach, knew what field that Roger worked out on, would always go there hours ahead of time and wait till Roger Staubach came so he could work out with them. Wow. And I'm sitting here hearing stories about, like, Tony Dorsett is literally saying on that 99-yard run against Minnesota when there were 10 guys on the field that he's running down the field, and he said, I'm getting tired. And I'm looking at Drew Pearson, and Drew Pearson, he kind of runs like a duck with these skinny legs, and he's up here like this, and making fun of him. And I'm just like, oh, my God, this is fucking gold. And I have a video of all of them roasting him.
Heaven.
I was like, it got like 3,000 views. Nobody cared. I'm like, how can you say we got 5 rings and you don't care about the guys that actually earned them? So it's like, if you don't know who those guys are, do not ever say we got 5 rings. Exactly. That's my thing.
And the thing is that here's the part that irritates me the most is that I run into more of them than I run into you.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? Like I appreciate a healthy back and forth. You understand what I'm saying? But
you run into history, pal. That's what you're doing.
Well, I like I said, I could just appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we might fall on different sides of the fence. All right, for instance, I met Darryl Green, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I met Darryl Green. And when I met Darryl Green, when he popped up on my screen, because I was FaceTiming with a friend of mine, and it was like, oh yeah, Leo, check this out. Look who here. And it's Darryl Green. And I looked him right in the face.
Mm-hmm.
This is Hall of Fame, you know what I'm saying? Washington Redskins, Darryl Green. Okay. I mean, even as an Eagles fan, I respect that yellow jacket.
It's fast. He was so fast.
Yeah,
not a very big guy.
You know
He's not very big, but he was so fast.
And I said to him, you know what? I said, Mr. Green, I just want you to know I'm so not excited to meet you because you were the author of some really bad times for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm an Eagles fan. And he said, "What? Oh man, yeah." And then he started laughing. And I said, It's an honor, but it's not really. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, you know what? I really appreciate
Gina Dallas Diva.
He was like, I really appreciate you keeping it 100 with me, which is what I do.
Mm-hmm.
I respect everything that you've done. Like the fact that Mark, I remember watching Mark's trip to the Hall of Fame, and I was saying to myself while he was going through there, I was saying to myself, you know what? I bet you John Madden probably nailed it too. Them damn butts got to talk to each other at night when the lights are out.
Oh my God! Yeah,
I was thinking that, right? And then but at the same time, I'm like, Mark's right. The people that he ran into, even as an Eagles fan, you know what I'm saying? I could appreciate what it could mean for a Dallas Cowboys fan to meet somebody like Drew Pearson,
mm-hmm.
all the people that, you know what I'm saying, that you see. My boy, who was an Eagles fan, got to hang out in the airport with Moose Johnson. And Moose let him play with the ring. Moose let him play with his ring at the bar.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. The thing about it is now Leo, go smoke some weed real quick. Let somebody else step in for a minute, all right? Go ahead.
I got you.
Go ahead, man. Hey.
I got you.
Fine, man. Just fine. Hey, dig it. We two-timers, man. We gonna get out of here, boy. I'm gonna see you in the hospital. We gonna get a high. Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Leo. Go get high. All right.
Now,
so
all I would say to that is everything he said, you know, and Leo, you don't have to answer, just nod. Now, if that was Eagles fan base, okay, how many do you think people would have been at the Hall of Fame to support, let's say, I don't know, Seth Joyner,
mm-hmm.
You know, Reggie White, rest in peace, or you know, Randall Cunningham, or
hey, I got to interview.
what I'm saying is
Harold Carmichael,
their fan base,
which was kind of cool,
would have been there and had a clue, of who the hell these players were. That you know what I mean.
Did you see what they did with Brian Dawkins? Remember that?
No, yeah, I know.
Remember that?
Wolverine, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, remember when they inducted him? You know, them Eagles fans was out. He said, "Let's talk about these Eagles fans," and it seemed like the whole damn crowd just went off.
Mm-hmm.
They was there. If there's one thing I'll give it to our fan base, them cats, they travel. We travel. You see what I'm saying? Especially when you're talking about somebody like Darryl, like Brian Dawkins. When they inducted him into the Hall of Fame, that place was packed.
All right.
So I understand.
Let me clarify something, okay? Because I constantly get told that I am not a Dallas Cowboy fan. I am only a fan of Dak Prescott. I'm going to say I was a huge fan of Roger Staubach. So, first quarterback I really and truly remember. Okay? I was a fan of Troy Aikman. I was a fan of Tony Romo's. In the end, it's really about that star. Now, the reason I am always on the fence for Dak Prescott is I look at that and say, he's not the problem. You can call me crazy or whatever or blind, but I've lived through what the Washington Commanders have been doing the last 15 years plus, where it's every year 2-3 different quarterbacks. And I'm sitting here looking at all these people that people swear are great quarterbacks and we need them, from the Justin Herberts and the Josh Allens and the Trevor Lawrences, and we should tank for Tua. We should have gotten Kyler Murray, or Dak Prescott can't carry Deshaun Watson's jockstrap and things like that. And what I understand is I recognize that it's hard as shit to get a quarterback, especially one that put up the numbers that he did. Now, Leo, you guys have Jalen Hurts, and I can honestly say, and this is not trying to be a hater because I don't like the Eagles, I have questions about Jalen Hurts. I look at Jalen Hurts, and he doesn't get, if his first read's not there, he panics and he runs. He bails out. He doesn't trust his line, and he's got one of the best offensive lines in football. And I don't believe that he is an elite quarterback. I think that team has had a lot of elite talent. They had lightning in a bottle, stayed healthy, they went to a Super Bowl. But I don't know that Jalen Hurts is as good as everybody says. And I'm not saying that because I hate the Eagles. I'm giving you my honest opinion on that. You've got talent across the board, and you are always trying to supplement it. But you got to look at it and say, Jalen Hurts had one great season. That's all I'm saying. So all these people, you're not a Cowboy fan. You just want, listen, I know that all you're saying, somebody said in here, well, he could be the next great quarterback. He could be like Slash. Well, what did Slash do for Pittsburgh? Did they win a Super Bowl with him? Cordell Stewart? Did they?
No.
Right? He could be the Stash. He didn't do more than Dak Prescott, I can tell you that.
He actually did go to a Super Bowl.
Did they?
Against us.
That
Yeah,
was
he was on that.
Okay, he was on that team. Okay, but
He was a receiver, wasn't he? Playing receiver instead
Yeah,
of quarterback?
he played receiver. He came off the bench.
Okay, well, you mean after Neil O'Donnell threw all those picks and stuff. But be that as it may, they didn't get the Super Bowl because of him.
No, it was
Okay.
Neil O'Donnell that took him.
Right, it was Neil O'Donnell. That's all I'm saying, because I keep hearing about, what if we had done what fans said to do, which was trade for Russell Wilson and let Dak Prescott walk? What if we had said, you know what, let's trade for Derek Carr when he was with the Raiders and let Dak Prescott walk? What if we had tanked for Tua and gave up the draft picks that ended up being, Micah Parsons and CeeDee Lamb?
We don't have either of them.
We don't have either of them, and we got Tua probably getting the shit kicked out of him because the offensive line sucked. I'm just kind of saying, listen, why don't we, I wish we had a little bit of the Philadelphia Eagles in us, and I know Philly's going to probably take that, but if we could take the way the Cowboys draft with a little bit more, a better cap management and a little desire to bring in a couple extra people, the Cowboys would be winning Super Bowls.
Right.
But they're so hard-headed to say we believe in our guys, and I get it, because nobody, when the Cowboys let go Randy Gregory, said that Dorrance Armstrong was going to be able to take his place, and damn if he didn't play better than Randy Gregory. Nobody said that Jake Ferguson was going to play better than Dalton Schultz, and damn if he did. So you look at that and say, the Cowboys have been able to, with their homegrown talent, get guys to step up. And I dare say that I bet you that Sam Williams will have a better season than Bryce Huff. Did that leave him speechless?
Possibly.
No.
Hello, Leo. Say something.
I'll say this. One,
it's bad when people say, Leo, say something.
Make it make sense, Leo. Oh.
Okay. So one, I will say this. The one thing that I have come to value during the Nick Sirianni regime is stability. And I am not talking about just stability amongst players, but also on the coaching staff. Shane Steichen and Jonathan Gannon had the offense and the defense, doing really well. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then if we could have had them for another year,
who knows?
Mm-hmm.
But your fans wanted to get rid of them, though, didn't they?
Hey, listen.
They called for getting rid of all these guys. Suck, man. Get rid of them.
listen,
Leo, I'm gonna tell you something.
I think it's to your point, Mark, because I understand why you advocate for Dak, because I can appreciate a capable quarterback. You know what I'm saying? You know, I can appreciate, and I also understand, like, be careful what you ask for. I mean, it's not that easy to bounce back from changing out from, like, you got a whole nother quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Mind you, you don't know what you're getting, and this team is built like a Ferrari. You see what I'm saying? And I've been saying that since last year, Mark. You know, like, that team is built like a Ferrari. If you think about it, if you look at it from a core group of guys, you know what I'm saying? Through 2026, you got Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Saquon Barkley, Jordan Mailata, Landon Dickerson, Lane Johnson, Jalen Carter, Bryce Huff, CJ Gardner Johnson, Nolan Smith, Keely Ringo, Jake Elliott, Landon, like, all these cats is signed through 2026.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If regardless whether it works or not, when you talk about at least from a core group of guys, that's not bad to have that many people under contract for at least the next couple of years.
I hear what you're saying on there, but if they don't play and perform, what good does it do?
Hey,
but here's the thing. Now, granted, you did go to the Super Bowl. I got to give you that. Okay, I got to give you the credit on that.
Who we got, all I'm
but
saying
even during that, you look at all of the moves that you guys make and the ineptitude of the Cowboys. Do you really believe the Eagles are that far and away better than the Cowboys?
I do. Especially since I think you guys are built for us. You're built. You're built for
all due
us.
respect, this is where I disagree, man. I think we are. I would say this, man. You guys, I don't think you match up well with us. Now, your offense this year, okay, but your defense is horrendous, man.
They're
I'm
bad.
just telling you, it's bad.
Yeah, it's like who you replacing.
And see, the difference is you had to go out and get a Bryce Huff.
Bryce Huff is not a starter.
That's what I'm saying. He's not.
No. Listen to me. First and foremost, I'm telling you, you guys got those guys that I just named off. You got to deal with them between now and for the next couple of years.
Well,
plus whoever else we bring on.
You know, if it's Jordan Davis for 10 plays a game, I'm okay.
We haven't lost many starters. That's the difference. Offensive line, we'll see. I can't say there's no way, and I'm not saying Dallas is winning. I'm not here to say Dallas is winning the division just based on recent history. No team wins back to back, but Eagles law. Let's not forget that I live in the area, Leo. I hear the radio.
I know you do. Yeah.
Jalen Hurts is getting shit on every day on the radio.
I'm serious.
It could literally fall apart just by, and I'm only saying this because of he's so aloof right now. He's making excuses. It could go like one of two ways. We know they're talented. I would say Eagles are the more talented team on paper. I'm sorry, it is true, but that's for the most part that's the same team who lost 7 out of 8. And I don't think, as of right now, we don't know what's going to happen in a draft. Okay, Eagles could hit a home run on paper, but again, Dallas. You know, how many starters does any team get out of the draft? 2, like if you're lucky.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're lucky, everybody's saying we need 4 starters. That's not happening, people.
We'll do what we always do. We'll get some fill-in guys as always. But one real quick thing,
close. Leo, I would say it's close, and I think Eagles have more talent, but I think it's close. I don't think you can sit there and say you're far and away better. Dak Prescott is here one more year at least, and the one thing he does is he plays well against the all NFC East teams. So
yeah,
not only anybody's
let's
going to
look
run
at it
away.
like this.
Hold on, one thing real quick. Wait, 1 second here, because I got to get this shitta kid mother humper in here. Don't come in my show telling me to shut up, bro.
Yeah, man.
If you don't want to hear me, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out, dude.
We're all having a nice
conversation.
Mark,
you know, we talked about this before. You got some mental health stuff.
I mean, seriously, dude.
Don't know when they crazy.
Yeah, I know, and I got to be careful what I say, because I know.
Thank you, Gina, taking care of that, taking the trash out. What the hell is wrong?
You gotta be careful what you say because, man, I kind of let something slip last week, and it kind of bothered me.
Okay.
No way.
Yeah, I'm still offended, Thomas. It's actual bullshit. No, I'm joking.
I'm still mad at you, Thomas. Okay, I can't look at you. I don't know what you're talking about, but okay.
Yeah, I don't care.
Oh Lordy,
Listen,
I seem to. It doesn't matter what I do. I piss people off. So
No,
I'm gonna be me.
But I know what I'm talking about.
I don't know actually, but I'm sure I heard it. But
when I said the R word.
Oh yeah.
The R word.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're.
Okay.
Yeah. Listen, man. I thought for sure I was gonna get lit up more than I did, Thomas, for saying. And I don't know. Last time I looked, I mean, I have a tan, but I'm white. I said I don't know if everybody's talking about the cornerback or a safety Cooper DeJean and how he's all I said was, and nobody lit me up on it, so thank you, because it was a joke, but that's not really. How many white defensive backs have had an impact in recent years? I think it was the guy out of the Giants.
Jason Sehorn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was Sehorn, and it was the guy who lost his life fighting for our country out of Arizona.
Oh, my man, Pat Tillman.
Yeah. So all I'm saying is, if I'm drafting a guy and I'm a GM and it's close,
oh boy,
I'm not going with.
Bro, listen.
Is that mean?
No. Jason Kelce and Travis Kelce said the same thing.
I'm sorry. That's just a fact.
Yeah, they said this. Travis Kelce and Jason Kelce said the same thing on their podcast.
But as soon as I said it, I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna get lit up. I knew that, but I didn't. So
yeah, like you don't see white DBs.
Yeah.
That's true.
All I'm saying is, if I'm like a scout and the cards are tipping, oh my God, who do we go with? I think I want to lean one way. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, because isn't Cooper DeJean like some sort of like Swiss Army knife or something?
Dude, he's an unbelievable athlete. So I can be totally off base, and it's not cool saying it. But I'm just speaking out loud. That's what we do. But like Thomas was saying, I got to be careful because I double down on it. Now I double down on the shit.
Brian, listen.
They're going to be coming after you, bro. I got your back, man.
Actual active conversation. Like a lot of people are having that conversation, so that and to me that tells me
that's just an honest to God.
Oh man!
But that also tells me how good
white quarterbacks are as white buffaloes.
Yeah,
oh man, come on, Cal.
What happened, Mark?
No, I said I can't. Serotonin Cowboy says white cornerbacks are as rare as white buffaloes. Come on, man.
Serotonin Cowboy, my guy. What's
up? Man.
No, I mean,
now that it's full disclosure, I wanted to, disclose. I did say that earlier this week, so I'm sure I'll lose some subscribers, but sorry.
Now, the point that I'll just say this in response to what Mark was saying earlier, which is because my mind is still blown from last weekend when you guys were telling me I did not realize that Dak Prescott came out in the same draft as Carson Wentz and Jared Goff. I did not know.
Man, I can't believe you didn't know that, man.
I did not know that.
There were so many quarterbacks that were taken. I can understand that though, because there were so many quarterbacks that were taken before him.
No, Mark. What it was,
Leo was fifth-round draft pick
last week
with our compensatory pick that year.
One at a time.
No, it's true.
Yeah. See, so my thought process is, like if I had to compare, okay, the time between him getting drafted to today, as opposed to as it relates to the Dallas Cowboys versus the same amount of time with the Philadelphia Eagles. You know what I'm saying? So this is what, Dak's 9th year?
Yes.
Yes, so, this will be his 9th.
So which organization has had the better 9 years?
Eagles. No, you mean the last 9 or 9 total?
Yeah,
the last 8. You should say 8.
Years.
Dallas Cowboys.
No, I mean they went to a Super Bowl, guys.
Yeah, I would have to go.
And they won a Super Bowl.
I'm keep it real.
Yeah, I mean they went to 2 Super Bowls, so you have to give it to the Eagles.
They've been to the championship game
but you go to Super Bowl and lose. I mean,
I know what you're saying.
But they did win one there too. Their very first one now.
Again,
in that 9 years.
We're a franchise, man. We got 5 rings. You talking about
Okay,
one time.
no. The last 8 years, the last 8 years, they've been to 2 Super Bowls. You can't. There's no. I mean, as much as I don't want to side with and say the Eagles, they've been to 2 Super Bowls. I mean, we've won quite a few division titles.
I did it on purpose,
We've had a better record.
He planted a bomb, like with a long fuse, and he's just backing out of the room.
Yeah.
Okay, so
yes, Brian, I'm busted.
He's fucking.
But he won't talk about those '70s Eagles, though, will he?
No, wait. Remember, I referenced it with since Dak came in the league. Because remember, I just found out last weekend that Dak was in the same draft as Carr. I don't know how that. First of all, I'm embarrassed because I don't even know how that got over my head. But when I think about it, you know what I'm saying, okay, when I look at these 2 organizations, when I look at Philadelphia and I look at Dallas, I'm saying, who has had the better last 9 years?
Okay, we get it. We get 8 years. Okay.
Who has had
yes,
the better
it's true.
9 years?
But now I'm gonna say, look what your franchise has been trying to do, as far as bringing in more and more talent. We got an owner who literally said, we're going to be better with less. The fuck is that? You're going to a gunfight with a butter knife.
But you ain't gonna win.
The fact that the Cowboys, here's the thing, and this is what Dak Prescott haters don't seem to understand. They keep saying that, what Dak Prescott does, anybody could do. But look at the team in 2014 with Tony Romo that was the no catch away from the NFC Championship game. Romo played in 4 games and was injured the rest of the year. We won 4 games that season. That team was 4-12. Matt Castle had been a Pro Bowl player before. And we won 1 game without Tony Romo. So clearly, it's not just anybody could just take the team. Because we had, our offensive line was solid. Darren McFadden had over 1,000 yards running the football. And Dak took that team that was 4-12, and we won 13 games and went toe for toe against Aaron Rodgers, 304 yards, 3 TDs. And Aaron Rodgers has a miracle play that there should have been holding call that ends up getting them the win in a shootout. Mind you, when Dak Prescott went out, we still couldn't do shit with that team in 2020 and ended up being 6-10. He comes back without us doing anything. We didn't sign any free agents. We didn't bring anybody in. We went from 6-10 to Dak Prescott coming back, and we're 12-5.
3 years in a row.
3 years in a row. I dare say that Dak Prescott is the only thing that's really kept us being relative. If you put Andy Dalton in there the last 3 years as our quarterback, are we 12-5?
Definitely not.
Are we 12-5 if we're putting in Trevor Lawrence? Because I've seen Trevor Lawrence have Justin Herbert.
No.
So to say, just get rid of that guy, he sucks, he's a loser, and here it is, the Eagles have going through, and it's like, we're losing players. Hey, let's get a number 1 receiver for our quarterback because we got questions. When we already took a number 1 draft pick to draft another guy. Let's go out here and get some running backs to supplement this. We already have a great offensive line. You got a great tight end. You got 2 great wide receivers. You got a running game. You got a great offensive line. Does Dallas have all that? We have 1 great wide receiver. We have a budding tight end that's growing up, but we've had an offensive line that's been in flux for about the last 5 years. These things aren't equal. Your team, hate them, but they are trying to fix their shit. Cowboys, we just believe in our own guys.
Well, that Mark, that's what I meant when I say activity. You know what I'm saying? When I talk about activity, it's not just the acquisition of players, but it's also Mark, and I love that you love this too, but also playing the compensatory game You know what I'm saying? The compensatory picks. I like the way they try to, the things that they do, whatever they have to do to acquire more picks. Hey, we actually got a guy from the international development program or whatever, and this dude just signed a major contract a week or two ago. You know what I'm saying? And this guy was a rugby player. You see what I'm saying? So my point in all that is to say, like, when I talk about activity and what I like to see, this is what I mean. Even when it comes to, damn, dog, we got over 11, players who are starters or potential starters under contract for at least the next couple of years.
I hear you, but if half of them are bums,
hey, but we're going.
You had Carson Wentz under contract too for years. How did that feel when you had to bite off $34 million as a deadhead? What?
Let's look at the data again, because, like I said, I did not know. I really didn't realize how Dak was in the same draft. So Carson was a part of that draft too.
And
so
how much did you give up to move up? Because you traded up twice to get there to get Carson Wentz.
And look at all.
And we got him in the 4th round. And here you want to hear the funniest part about it is the pick that we used to draft Dak Prescott was the comp pick we got from DeMarco Murray being signed by you guys.
And what has it gotten you?
Well, it's at least kept us relevant. It's got us 9 victories over your ass, at least. And I'll say at least, and as bad as it is, I feel you. I want to win the Super Bowl. But in the last 30 years, we ain't had 3 years in a row of being in the playoffs. We haven't. And that's how sad it is.
Hence why I say there are aspects to I can't begin to empathize with you. And that's why I'm quiet. You know what I'm saying? I'm not
wait a minute. You quiet? Leo, you ain't never quiet, bro.
They dig it. We 2-timers, man. We gonna get out of here, boy. I'm gonna see you in the hospital. We gonna get a high. Yes, sir.
Why aren't y'all? That's the $1 million question.
You said did he literally say that he's quiet?
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
He literally said, "That's why I've been quiet." The fuck? Are you kidding me? Oh Lordy! Look, we ain't even said anything about the draft yet.
It would be fun for Leo to come to the draft with us.
Oh man!
Number one, he seems like we could, like a nice ribbing back and forth, and that would be a fun time right there.
He could be our new Rashid. You know that? He would be our new Rashid, man.
Game time. It really would be about the blooper reel. That
would be a start. I just got to make sure that my head's on a swivel. Sometimes my mouth gets out of control. But yeah, that would be fun, man. Just to see the reaction of how we shit the bed. Probably, like we take somebody that's probably a 2nd rounder because nobody wants to trade with us. Eagles end up with Jared Verse at 24, and we're sitting there saying, "How the F did that happen?"
I really wish I could have been in you guys' presence when everything went down. You know what I'm saying? Just to see.
You can see it on live.
Hey, now here's the thing. I think that there might be there's rumblings that there might be something going down this year in the draft too.
Yeah.
So
Platoon.
Howie being
Gina,
busy.
Platoon. All right, we haven't actually said anything about the draft here. We've been, Leo comes in here and everything just goes to shit, man. He just messes up everything, man.
I did. I wanted to put that bomb in there. All I asked was who had the better last 9 years.
Chuck says Leo's full of shit. Oh man.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
the Philadelphia Eagles have had the better last 9 years. Period.
Okay. And the Dallas Cowboys have had the better franchise through history.
Thank you. Finally. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Mark.
Mark.
What? I'm sorry.
Conversation. But
I said what? I'm sorry. Do you guys have anything like, say, the Hail Mary? I'm trying to remember if you ever had, like an iconic play like the Hail Mary. Did you have any quarterbacks who had like a nickname like Captain America or Roger the Dodger, having two great names?
Yeah, we got Weapon X.
Who?
We got
or the playmaker. Don't forget that one.
Oh, how about a Manster? I'm sorry. Have they ever named your defense like the Doomsday defense? Have they ever had anything other than the shit for brains?
Huh?
I'm sorry. What?
Were you busy taking a hit or what, bud?
I'm asking, okay? Because I'm curious. Will any of those players that you have that won that Super Bowl, will they be looked at as cornerstone pieces in the Hall of Fame, like some of the great Cowboys?
Oh, okay, so let me explain something to you, right?
I'm asking because listen. I've been to the Hall of Fame many times now. Now I was there when Harold Carmichael was taken in there. Okay,
like Troy Aikman should not be in the Hall of Fame. Okay,
I'll tell you what. When your team gets a quarterback that wins 3 Super Bowls, I'm sure he'll be.
Never made All Pro.
Yeah, but he got three rings. Speaking of that, how many quarterbacks?
4 years, so I'd say he definitely.
How many quarterbacks do you guys have in the Hall of Fame?
If I just happen to be on the team for 3 Super Bowls, you know what I'm saying, and I contributed for 3 Super Bowls, that should get me into the Hall of Fame. That's all.
Generally speaking, if you're a quarterback that's won 3 Super Bowls, if Trent Dilfer was on a team and they won 3 Super Bowls, he'd be in the Hall of Fame.
Yes, he was. He was the Super Bowl MVP of 27.
That's all. So you're literally telling me that's all you need to do in order to get into the Hall of Fame.
To be Super Bowl MVP, back-to-back Super Bowl.
Him during games go after players. I remember David LaFleur went after his ass for not running this right route, catching the ball. His leadership is a part of that.
I want what he's smoking.
Mm-hmm.
Me too, man. Because I don't understand where you're coming from.
You know what, Cowboy lover, sit your ass down, bro.
Remember when you get on Kevin Williams?
Sit your ass down.
I think he's overrated. I'm sorry.
Okay.
You know
all right.
do.
So, which Eagle quarterback would you take over him? Don't say Donovan McNabb.
Randall Cunningham.
Don't say Randall Cunningham.
Why not?
Randall?
Yeah, you can. He beat Randall straight up. See, this is where we get caught up.
Oh,
man. Would beat Randall?
He has beaten him in the playoffs. Remember Buddy Ryan?
He beat him in the playoffs. He beat him in the regular
he beat him time
season.
and time again. See, it's a different era, Leo. He is one of the most accurate passers in history. His toughness was unmatched. I just posted something on Twitter, I think it was yesterday, or actually I sent it to Mark and Phil and them, just showing you, I believe it was Aikman's rookie year. He stayed in the pocket and took an unbelievable hit, and he threw a dart literally 40 yards down the field.
Yeah.
He threw a dart 40 yards down the field and took a hit. Dislocated shoulder. My man was tough. He was accurate, and he was a winner. So I understand he doesn't have the numbers, but it was a different game back then.
Leo, bro, we got a new theme song for you.
My room is still messed up, and I know why. Why, man? Yeah, because I got high. Because I got high. Because I got high.
All right, Leo, when you're going to say that Randall Cunningham deserves to be in the Hall of Fame more than Troy Aikman, bro, you were high. You
asked me who would I take. You asked me who would I take. Would I take Randall Cunningham or Troy Aikman? Or who would I take over Troy Aikman?
Bro.
Which Eagle quarterback would I take? And I said I would take Randall Cunningham over him.
Randall did change the game. I'm going to say at least this much I can say because Randall, he didn't have an offensive-minded coach. Basically, it was just make some shit up and run around and do some shit. But he was the first running quarterback that could throw. And it's actually sad because when you saw him in Minnesota with that offense, that season that he had that was unbelievable, you wondered what his career would have been like had he had like a Bill Walsh as head coach.
Because didn't Dante take over for him?
Yeah.
Like, wasn't
Culpepper.
he like that bridge into Dante Culpepper, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember,
But.
Yeah, he was. Him and Jeff George at the time.
Jeff George, that's it. Yeah. Another solid quarterback too.
But I don't. One of the things you look at too, one of the criteria is did they change the game? And I will say that he did change the game with his style of play because the moves that he made were just unbelievable. But he didn't have enough seasons where he had the numbers to go with it. 29,000 yards, 56% completion percentage, 82 and 52 as a starter. But that year of him in Minnesota was unbelievable.
Well, remember the year he broke his leg?
Yeah.
That was supposed to that was supposed to be the
He had 3,700 yards, 34 TDs, and 10 interceptions that year with Minnesota. And that's where you look back and said, damn, if he had had an offensive-minded coach that knew what to do with them, that they would have been great. And that's where you actually look at you look at a lot of players. You wonder.
Denny Green?
Yeah, it was Denny Green.
Yeah, okay.
Crown their ass. That's where you look at a lot of players that are drafted quarterback-wise that go to bad teams that get effed up and don't get the chance to be successful. You think about Steve Young playing in Tampa Bay. Those first couple of years, he looked like ass. Goes to San Francisco, gets a chance to sit behind Steve Young, and playing with a great coach, becomes a Hall of Famer. And so you look at that and see how many players get screwed up because they go to bad teams.
And that was a running quarterback too.
Mm-hmm.
People forget Steve Young was a running quarterback too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, and when I say
for a white guy,
he ran.
They also had one of the best.
No comment.
Hey, Lisa, what's going on, Lisa? How are you doing tonight?
I'm sorry, say that one more time, dog.
He said no comment. I said for a white guy. He's a running quarterback for a white guy.
I'm already knee deep in it. You guys.
Oh boy.
Listen,
you guys
I'm
can
gonna
go swimming in that pool.
I'm gonna say this. Steve Young, that was a bad white boy.
Yeah.
That was a bad dude. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know about that.
Listen, again,
you gotta put some respect.
The quarterback
on his
position's a lot different. There's a lot.
Probably
the opposite, but
go ahead
this
with
is
that.
the way it is.
Yeah, Steve Young. That's that.
Okay. Here's one for you, Leo. Here's one for
Ed
you.
McCaffrey, another bad white boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, put some respect on their names. I'm just saying.
Steve Young is a Hall of Fame quarterback, right?
Here comes some facts.
There's Troy Aikman is a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Troy has 3 Super Bowl rings.
Mm-hmm.
Steve Young has 1. So if you say that Troy Aikman doesn't belong there, then Steve Young doesn't belong there.
Well, no, you're all right. You're basing it just solely off of Super Bowls.
Well,
I'm saying, what about from an individual aspect? How many All Pros does Steve Young have? How many All Pros does Troy Aikman have?
Well, okay, you can say it that way, but look, the guys he had.
I'm just saying,
especially towards the end.
Dan, listen, I think Dan Marino is a Hall of Fame quarterback.
He is a Hall of Fame quarterback.
But he doesn't have any Super Bowls.
Yes, but he was the first. I mean, that was the first modern offense as far as passing goes. He changed the game.
He doesn't have
his numbers were off the chain. I mean, when you threw more yards than anybody else, but see, where's your criteria to say that Randall Cunningham was Dan Marino? And Dan Marino did play in a Super Bowl.
No. Listen to me very carefully. Mark, you asked which Eagles quarterback would I take over Troy Aikman? And I said, Randall Cunningham.
I'm sorry, I can't, bro. I'm sorry.
No, you asked
I hear what you're saying. Okay, I'm not trying to be a hater, but I can't take.
It could be,
it could be. I'll take Randall over Michael Vick.
I'm just saying. Your question was who would I take over? You said who would you take over Troy Aikman? Which Eagles quarterback would you take over Troy Aikman? Okay, I am limited to just Eagles quarterbacks.
Okay.
And Randall.
I might have misread that.
I don't. Okay, moving right along here.
What? right. I answered your question.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry.
Well, all right. So let me ask you this, Mark. Which Eagles quarterback would you take over Troy Aikman? Who would be the better answer?
I wouldn't take any of the Eagles quarterbacks over Troy Aikman.
Then if the answer is I wouldn't.
So, in other words, you're right, Mark. There aren't any Eagle quarterbacks in our history that have.
Mark, if I said that, then I would not be answering your question. To say no Eagles quarterback, no, that's not an answer.
It was a rhetorical question because I was basically saying you don't have one that is better than what Troy Aikman has done in his career.
If you don't, you know what? Are you high?
Not at all. I have somebody here saying Mark Holmes is a race baiter. Okay, you know what? And I tell you what, I am the guy that's going to say, get your ass out. How about that? How about that one?
It's all my fault.
It's all your fault.
I get it now, bro.
I'm sitting here.
You can't fucking say nothing these days.
No, seriously. No, what it is you have people who cannot have a discussion that want to be tribalism, where they can't even have a discussion on, the good, the bad, or whatever any situation. And it's sad. It really is. To say I'm a race baiter and I go and deal with everybody, every aspect of society and give back to everybody else. I am going to frickin' Vermont, okay?
Yeah,
okay, Vermont
that might
next
be the
month.
way to stay in the union.
Okay? That's what I'm saying, to help people that I've never met. I have gone to Puerto Rico and helped people that I've never met. I have been to New Orleans and helped people that I've never met. To say I am a race baiter, come on, man. Just, you know what? Yeah, people like y'all, people who are just here just to try and start some shit, please just go elsewhere. I don't need you. I don't need you. I mean, seriously.
We're almost messed up enough to have that crap.
And here's what I'm also
going to do the live stream today, buddy.
Well, no. Here's the thing I'm going to say.
Maybe
because
tomorrow night.
I'm going to say, honestly, I didn't know anything about Dan Salio. Dan Salio went in there and he's trashing me, and I'm wearing my mama's panties and stuff in her basement and everything else. But what I always say is, talk to people that are not necessarily in your comfort zone. And what you'll find out is they're not much different than what you are. They may have different ideas and things like that. But when you talk to somebody who may have a difference of opinion,
like
you may actually come up with solutions that work for everybody and things are better. And that's why I went at Dan Salio to go ahead and have a conversation with him. And right now, I don't like his team, but he's cool with me.
Wait a minute. Who is his team?
He's Eagles.
He's not an Eagles fan.
Well, no, he supports the Eagles. He likes the Eagles, but he's realistic about them.
He sucks up from time to time. He's not an Eagle fan.
He's realistic.
No, I know that, but he's not an Eagle fan. He's not like you're a Cowboy fan, Mark. He's nowhere near a fan of the Eagles. Not even half as much as you are of the Cowboys.
Okay, all right.
That's all I'm trying to say. He's not.
Mark, let me ask you something.
No, you can't ask me shit.
Do you have a
no?
Best
You
friend?
can't ask me shit.
Do you have a best friend?
Do I have a best friend? I have multiple best friends.
Somebody you grew up with.
Somebody I grew up with
that you're still friends with today, and you guys are tight. Like he
actually.
knows your mom, you know his mom.
I have a lot of people that know my family and things like that. But I'm going to say that actually most of the closest people I have to me right now are friends that I've actually developed, through YouTube.
So have you ever gotten into an argument with any of them before?
Yeah, me and Mark
you haven't seen me and E2 Blue literally.
Okay.
Fighting on a live stream.
I told Mark to go F himself the other day.
Okay.
But,
So
I told you to kiss my high yellow ass.
Though, right? But y'all still good though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay. All right. So you guys have as in your friendship, you guys have a way that when there's disagreement or whatever, you know what I'm saying, there may be a way in which you guys argue with each other or what have you. But it doesn't mean that it's just bad. That's just the way y'all argue, right? I'm just saying, come on, man. There's a reason I'm going somewhere with this. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, actually I don't, because I think you're high. I think you're high.
Mark, have you ever argued with a
Yes, I argue with people all the time. That's my life story.
Good, right?
Yes.
Okay. Has anybody ever seen you argue with your friend?
Yes.
Okay. And and has your argument ever made those people uncomfortable?
Yes. You haven't seen the E2 Blue videos out there, Mark, where people have literally made channels out there and say Mark Holmes is an asshole. Mark Holmes is, he's a punk, this, that, and the other.
Mark,
you haven't seen it? Okay. Trust me.
Mark. That's exactly what happened with Jalen and AJ. It's made so many people uncomfortable. That's exactly what happened. The way they was arguing with each other on the sidelines, it made a lot of people uncomfortable. On top of the fact that you look at AJ, who does he look like? He looks like T.O.
Okay.
When he has that when he's in his uniform and everything like that, he looks like T.O. And people here still have PTSD from that. And when they see two dudes, this dude is arguing with his daughter's godfather. That's how close they are.
Okay.
So however the hell they argue, that's what it looks like when they argue. But they're still friends. But it's made a lot of people uncomfortable. Hence why they call him A.J. Owens here. You see what I'm saying?
A.J. Owens. Okay.
And yeah, but see, the thing is that you're looking for something. Man, that's just how them dudes are. That's why Smitty is the way he is. He know how they all are. They just got the way. But there's things about him and the way that they are with each other. It makes a lot of people uncomfortable. They don't even know what they're looking at. Dan Salio's the same way. He don't know what he's looking at. He don't know what he's seeing. He don't realize that's AJ's daughter's godfather.
Okay.
And that's how two dudes are when they argue with each other.
All right.
You don't know none of that. And that's why they say the things that they say and talk. Like a lot of people here are suffering from serious PTSD from T.O.
Well, okay. I hear you on that one, but that was quite a while ago there, bro. That was I mean, I remember that Super Bowl. I think that was the second Super Bowl I went to. It was in Jacksonville. So that had to be like 2005, maybe?
Mark, listen, bro.
You're telling me you're still suffering from that?
Hell,
then y'all are some weak ass bitches. Sorry. Okay.
Listen,
that shit was so long ago.
Bruh, listen, yes. They don't see AJ's daughter's godfather and his best friend arguing with each other. They just see two dudes, or they see T.O. and Donovan. They really do. And that's how they talk around here. They call him A.J. Owens. I swear to God. They still do that.
Okay.
And I'm talking Eagles fans amongst Eagles fans. Like, if you game time, tell them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not lying. That's how they talk around here. It's crazy.
You know what, Leo? I see how come you are so successful in the marijuana business. Because listening to you makes you want to just get high. Okay, I'm not a weed smoker, but pass a J or something here. I'm trying to understand where you going with T.O. T.O. was like almost 20 years ago, bro. What the hell are you talking about?
Like, listen, me and my boys, we say the same shit every time. Like, are you serious? Like, you still not past T.O.?
Leo, I'm sorry, bro. That was one of those crazy theories that you come up when you're sitting on the couch and you're high as shit, man. You know,
listen.
You know, man, that damn T.O.
No, Mark.
I'm sorry, bro. That's the crazy shit.
Mark, I am not, believe me, I am not suffering from some delusion or anything like that. I am telling you.
Okay.
If you go on Sports Talk Radio here, okay, if you go on Sports Talk Radio, I'm in market. I wish Game Time he could back me up.
Oh, he can back you up.
They talk like that. Look, they can't stand Nick Sirianni because he did this. This is their main thing. He did this. As soon as he did that in the cameras, it was over.
Okay, all right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how they talk around here.
What we should do is we should get a poll. Who's going to get fired first, Mike McCarthy or your coach?
You need a third option, both at the same time.
Oh, okay. Well, we know the Cowboys. They take their time when they fire somebody.
I think this year,
they let Jason Garrett hang around for a week. Chaz, what's up, man? How you doing, man? Unmute your mic, man.
I don't think I want to, Mark. I don't know if I want to do that just yet.
Is it me or is Leo blurry? Is he so high that he's blurry? He's so high that he's blurry on the screen, man.
Okay. My bad. There
you go. All right. We have talked for an hour and 30 minutes about everything but the damn draft, and we about to go on a ride to the NFL draft. Game time. Have you got your shit together yet? No, he ain't even look. He's there getting his shit ready right now. Okay, I'm looking up here. He ain't even sitting there. Ain't that some shit? Well, all right. So everybody but Leo, what do you want to get in the draft?
Ooh. Give me an offensive lineman, give me a linebacker, and get me somebody that can run the football.
You know, I'm gonna say
running back.
Mike McCarthy. Okay, here's the thing. We got Mike McCarthy, who is, when you look at the year they won the Super Bowl, they did running back by committee. They didn't have like a bellwether back. And he is more passing the ball around.
Ground and pound.
He more than ground and pound. Yeah, seriously. That's not to say that they weren't effective running the football, but their leading running back only had like 780 yards a year. They won the Super Bowl, I want to say. And it was really, they had a very good defense. And Aaron Rodgers, I think, only had like 28 or 29 TD passes.
Mm-hmm. I was like A.J. Hawk in them, right?
Yeah, it was.
Okay. Yep.
And this is the thing that people have to understand is, you know, people want to look at and they just say, you know, well, look at all the touchdowns and things like that. Unfortunately, people don't realize that it's beyond just the quarterback. Because when Russell Wilson, when they won the Super Bowl, he had like 23 TD passes, I think. 23, 24. Aaron Rodgers, 28. And you've seen Russell Wilson have, 41 year, and they don't win a playoff game. We've seen Aaron Rodgers as the league MVP 3 times without winning the Super Bowl. And people don't really understand that it's really the whole team. You are better off having a quarterback who has got above average numbers, but is balanced. You know?
Yeah.
Because the thing is, and leaning on just the pass, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I know you're passing the football, then I'm going to, you know, counter that, nickel coverage and things like that. I can have my linemen pinning the ears back and going after your quarterback. As opposed to, why I always love 12 personnel is, you can run out of that, you can go 5 wides out of that if you have good tight ends. And so your defense, do I play 8 men in the box, or do I play nickel coverage against that? And that's where football is really about being where they're not. The Cowboys back in the 90s, we had so many extra draft picks from the Steve Walsh trade. People don't realize we got a 1st and 2 seconds for trading Steve Walsh to New Orleans. The Herschel Walker trade. We had more picks and were able to just have better talent. And when you have talent like that, to Leo's point of, you know, Troy Aikman was a good quarterback, but I'm not sure he was great. If you've got a great offensive line, you got a great running back, you got, you know, a great wide receiver, it's hard not to be successful.
And he had a good tight end.
And a very, the original security blanket, as he was known as. So that's where we are. Oh, so Brian's back. We were asking, are you ready for this road trip?
Tomorrow is going to be a busy day. Make no mistake.
Yeah, I'm going to be on the road tomorrow. I've got the doctor's appointment here for this spot.
Wait a minute, what day do you guys pull out?
That's what she said.
Maybe.
No Diddy. Pause. No Diddy.
I'm not.
I'm leaving here tomorrow to go back home. So. And then Brian is leaving. Are you leaving early Tuesday?
No, I'm leaving probably around 1 o'clock my time. So.
All right. So
1 a.m.?
No, tomorrow. I'm only 3 hours from tomorrow.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
So we'll be live streaming Tuesday night.
Okay.
Oh, we will? Okay.
Oh, why not? You can be over at the man cave and stuff. I hope everything still works. I ain't been there in so long.
I don't care.
And then
yeah.
I might try and see if I can get David Wiley to come crash at the house. That way we can leave at like 5:30, 6 o'clock before the traffic starts.
Yeah, that's the idea. That's what I was thinking. So, you know. We'll have to see about that because we're going the opposite
Who
way.
let the floodgates out on these trolls? Mark sacrifices chickens? Really? That's your name?
Yeah.
The freaking trolls that I get in here.
Mark, when do you sacrifice chickens? I gotta be there.
That's Philly 500 is always there. You know.
Hey, it's that voodoo doll thing. That's what it is.
You know, I have to say, I am flattered that so many people spend so much time to hide their identity to try and come in and troll me. You know, I appreciate that. You know, Google appreciates that. You guys are helping my channel continue to grow. I appreciate each and every one of you. I just hope that all of your multiple personalities are all subscribed to the channel. Okay.
I'm pretty sure they are.
I mean, I'm telling you, some of these people need to start opening up the mental wards again, man.
Hey, listen, man. I told you. You know what I'm saying? Crazy people don't know when they're crazy.
You got that right.
You know, so got to be careful. You know,
pot meet kettle.
A lot of people are emotionally invested in this. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it is what it is, bruh.
You know what? At the draft last year, it's actually, I don't know, Brian, if you remember or not, but we were standing there, we were broadcasting, and this guy wearing Eagles gear goes, "Mark Holmes!" And he had this angry look. I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "This motherfucker about ready to fight." And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I watch you all the time." I was like, "This scared." My heart went like, "Boom!" It skipped, like, because this is a big guy.
I cuss at you, Mark.
I was like,
now
"Damn!"
You dropped to the floor.
I swear to God.
I was like, "Damn!"
I'll turn you on. Like I have you, a few other people who live stream during the game, and I watch the game, and sometimes you'll say things. Oh, man, shut up, Mark. I don't want to hear you right now.
Well, I appreciate that. I can trick your emotions so much, man.
Oh, it's fun. It's so much fun. You know what I'm saying? It's so much fun. You know what I'm saying? Philly 500, when he be going off, then listening to the two of y'all go back and forth with each other. You know what I'm saying? You know, I check everybody out. I'm a channel member for everybody, almost. It feels like. You know what I'm saying? But I enjoy it, though. You know what I'm saying? At least it's healthy banter. You see what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at with it.
Oh, and that's what it's supposed to be. How many what?
How many picks do you guys have?
Not enough.
I think
not enough.
7 picks.
We don't have a 4th round pick.
Yeah, I thought we had 6 picks only.
Yeah.
Or I could be wrong, though.
I think it is 6.
Yeah, I think we got a 5th, 2 6s, and 7 for the first.
No. We got more than that. We got the 2.
The comp picks. Yeah.
We got 1 in the 1st, 1 in the 2nd,
1 in the 3rd, none in the 4th,
1 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, and 2 in the 7th.
Yeah.
So we got a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah,
7.
We got a total of 7. And yeah, we have so many assets next year. If we do not trade down from 24, we could get a 4th round pick this year just by trading. I mean, we're sitting here with what, 4 comp picks, and I think we're sitting with 12 picks. So we can use some of that, or we can move down from 24, or you could move around with the number 2 pick. So there's a lot of ways to get that back.
Yeah.
So
that is a possibility. Yeah.
Well,
package those later round picks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Bobby Beninsky.
Dallas is bringing a lot of guys in that are going to be free agents that are on their draft board. They do one of the better jobs in the league as far as the guys that they have on their board that don't get drafted. They put a lot of money
immediately. They got them in there.
Bobby Babinski.
As soon as that draft is over with, they're signing guys. I have to agree with that one. Roger was my favorite.
Like there's not a whole lot of time that goes in between them being drafted and them signing their
You'll have some of them signed that night after the draft is over on Saturday.
Yeah, Mark, I'm going to bring a cooler and put it in the back of the rental car. So,
what kind of car are we driving?
I don't know yet. It's a SUV.
Okay.
I'm going to try and make a deal, and when I get there on Tuesday morning, and see if I can get something a little bigger. It's not the smallest SUV.
Well, it's just well, here's the thing. You realize it's just the 3 of us going up the road.
I understand that, but it's 3 of us.
Yeah.
But then we got to pick up Phil at the airport. I mean,
you and Phil are not that big of guys.
But you got 4
I'm the lard ass. David
all
is
your
big.
Shit. You're coming with a fucking boom, lighting.
Boom. I don't know what the hell are you talking about.
I'm joking.
Are you guys filming though?
Leo, last year we were literally round 1 in the draft, live streaming as it happened.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I remember you said a defensive tackle.
We were literally there, and Lord knows Randy was getting mad too. He was pissed off about Mozzie. So yeah, we don't know. Again, we lucked out in the spot that we had. It was actually great because it wasn't too close where the sound ended up blurting us out. But we had a great view. It was in the walkway. We had a ball. It's going to be chilly though,
Leo, because of one reason. We're not driving 17 hours all day and all night. We pulled up in Kansas City last year at like 5 a.m. We didn't sleep good, that next day, and we had the draft on that same day. So it was
that night.
I was a zombie
into the night.
I was a zombie.
Rodney, step away. What's up, man? Yeah, that was not easy because we left the house in the morning. Yeah. Drove through the night, got there like you said, 4 or 5 in the morning. Fortunately, they let us have our room early, so we crashed for a couple hours.
But I mean, it wasn't a good sleep. Here, we're gonna get a good sleep. Head there. We'll get there by 5:30.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be golden. Get settled and go stream, grab something to eat, and then do a stream from the hotel or somewhere, and then. Wake up on draft day. The draft's not until 8 at night, so we'll have plenty of time to get the lay of the land.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be fun.
Okay, so you guys will be able to just collect a lot of B-roll. Talk to some people, go to experiences and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's absolutely.
And
it's gonna be fun.
Plan on setting up like we did last year and live streaming as it's going on. So
nice. Check out some of the local breweries too.
I have I've actually worked kind of hard on doing stuff because I've got like my tablet so that way we can keep up with the chat. Using my cell phone as our camera. I have a Wi-Fi thing, so I've got actually a second camera that I can do stuff with. I have a small 4-mic mixer that is actually battery powered.
I'll stream live during the draft. I may just like hop on for maybe 10, 15 minutes and then stop. And then, you know what I mean? Just because I'm using my cell phone. I have my GoPro, but I haven't really mastered how to do that with YouTube. Phil's going to have stuff. So I think I'm going to just do more uploading of videos and do some live streaming. That's kind of what I'm looking at. But it'll be fun, man. It's going to be good.
Mark, what are you using?
Actually, believe it or not, I live streamed using my cell phone last year, which is actually great. But I have I forgot the name of it, but it's a mic mixer, so I can actually use these handheld mics with it. So that way it cuts out a lot of the ambient noise, because basically if you're talking to the mic, you can really hear it. But when you get away from it, you don't get a lot of the sound.
Everybody, I got to go.
All right.
We'll
see you.
I'll probably do a Zoom call tomorrow for the... for the subscribers, maybe before Mark's live somewhere, maybe 7 o'clock or 7:30. I didn't get a chance to do it today. I've been doing a lot of running around.
Well, I appreciate you, bro.
All right, man.
Be safe on that. Safe travels, bro.
All right. Peace out. Yeah, and we're going to get ready to roll out here because I got to start getting all my shit together for tomorrow, too. Because...
Hey, Mark, be safe on the road, man. Have a good time. See when you come back.
And let me say, I appreciate everybody who's come in here. Not so much the haters. Some of y'all kind of cray-cray.
Shout me out when we make our moves, okay? Shout me out when the Eagles make their drive. Shout your boy out. Put me up.
Yeah. Okay. we will. We'll shout you out.
I'm predicting we're going to do something dramatic, okay?
We'll shout you out.
And I could have passed, but I got high.
We'll shout you out, Leo. Okay.
Later, y'all.
All right. Peace out. Shout out to everybody who's been in here hanging out with us. We really and truly appreciate you guys. And we're going to have a good draft. I hope you guys follow along, and we will be getting some players.
Grocery store, I used to actually swallow it and pause, but
Joey's packing and he used to.
I used to pack and swallow. I used to do a lot of stuff.
Dude, that should be your intro.
Yeah.
You know?